I get a good call from a buddy of mine the other day while I was at work, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna be down at the deer lease. Why don't you come out? We got a lot of hogs hitting the feeders right now. You know, even though it's the end of July, he's like, boy, they're still coming in pretty heavy, and he sure would like to try to thin some out. And you know me, I don't turn down an opportunity, whether it's gonna be hot, cold, what. But we're going hunting. We're going hog hunting, y'all. It's the end of July, it's Texas, it's gonna be hot. But hey, one thing for sure, we're gonna have a lot of fun. See, we made it out. It's hot. Truck said 101 on the way down here, but hey, when you get a special invite, your buddy says, hey, come out and do a little hog hunting. You throw on a tank top, you grab your rifle, and you go. You don't question it. But we got a little breeze blowing. It's not too bad. Hopefully we're gonna see some pigs, but we're gonna have fun anyway. We're outside, we're in the woods, so let's see what we can do. We just had a nice little rain shower blow through. That was a nice surprise. Cooled temperatures off a little bit. Brought a couple of white-tailed does out to the feeder. So, hey, not a bad start. As soon as I got out to the stand, I went ahead and spread some sweet feed out. Dropped some down there by the feeder, went about another 20-25 yards past the feeder, dropped a little more, went another 15-20 yards, dropped a little bit more, just in case those hogs were going to come in grouped up. I was going to try to get them to hit one spot and maybe another, get them separated down to another area. At least that's what my thinking was. So we're sitting there, we had a little rain come through, watching some deer, some white-tailed does came out under the feeder. Getting a little bit later in the day, things are kind of cooling off and the sun's starting to set, and starting to see some more deer movement, and kind of just thinking, man, ought to be good to start seeing some hogs right now. And sure enough, I look out that front window and here they come. Some little ones in there with a sow, mama sow. I don't want to shoot her. There's a good boar in there. We're going to try for that one. So these group of hogs come running in. First there's about 4 or 5 little piglets. They just come beelining, and they even passed up the first set of sweet feed that I had put out, and they went straight to the second pile right there just before they get to the feeder. And then here comes some bigger ones, like mama come out, a couple more come out, and man, things are starting to get exciting now. And as I was trying not to have happen, they all got grouped up. There was one in there that I thought was a boar. I mean, it was pushing and shoving those other ones out of the way. Plus, it was one of the bigger ones too, so I was kind of concentrating on that one. I could see that the mama sow was in the group, had those piglets. She was probably done feeding off of them, but still, just don't want to take that chance. And so I just counted her out right away. Now all I had to do is wait and hope that they were going to come down and start separating. So after, I don't know, maybe just 2-3 minutes, they finally started separating out. The little ones headed down into the feeder, and then a couple of the bigger ones started following them. And that left that one that I was eyeballing, the one I thought was a boar, right there, right in the wheelhouse. Pig down. The old Remington. Sendero STW. All right, that was exciting, wasn't it? I don't know, 4 or 5 good sized hogs come out, and then those piglets came. I'm gonna do the recovery right now. Had to wait for them to separate, and they finally come. A group of them came down to the feeder. This is one I was wanting. It was pushing and shoving those others away. I thought it might have been a boar, but it's a sow. I made sure not to shoot the sow with the piglets. I could tell she was still feeding them. Probably not for much longer, but whew, had to run down here and get her set up. Grab the tripod. We're gonna do a little recovery. We're bringing home some sausage. All right, let's take a look at her. Good sized sow. I know it's getting dark. Had to turn the old light on camera there on my iPhone, really. Make this quick because it is getting dark. You saw she come out with 12 others, maybe about 4 or 5 good sized hogs. She was one of the bigger ones. There was another sow that I knew was with those piglets, and I was definitely not wanting to get her, but couldn't have asked better. Sun was set, was down. They come out like they're supposed to. Man, this is good stuff. She's gonna make good sausage right here. Thank you, Mrs. Sow. Appreciate you for coming out, joining me today. The Remington Model 700 Sendero 7mm STW, 162 grain ELD match bullet, and I mean, it put her down. She fought it for a little bit, but she was gone in seconds. So that's the way we like it. Didn't have to do a recovery, which down here it's crazy thick, and I sure didn't want to be traipsing around out here in this knee-high grass and mesquite in the dark chasing her. So couldn't ask better. Man, I'm excited. I'm pumped. We're gonna get her back to camp, get her cut up, put on ice, and hey, it's July, Texas. We're hog hunting, y'all. But that really couldn't have happened any better. They did pretty much what I thought they were gonna do if I was gonna get a group of them. I didn't know if there was gonna be a single pig that was gonna show up, any pig was gonna show up, or a group of pigs that were gonna show up. So they came in, they hit one of the sweet feed areas, they stayed there, they mingled, you know, they were pushing, shoving, kind of mingling around in there. Then a group of them broke off of that, headed down into the feeder, left a couple of the hogs up top. One of those just happened to be the one I was looking at because it was one of the larger hogs. And 115, 120 yards right in the wheelhouse. You see it dropped her right in her tracks, and I've got some good pork sausage down in the freezer right now. I can't thank my buddy and his son enough for inviting me down here. It's been a privilege to come down. These guys are awesome. They do great work down here on managing this land, this ranch. And guys, you are always welcome out at Kozik Ranch anytime. And I do want to thank all of y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And get outside, y'all. If you ain't hunting, at least be shooting. Thanks, y'all.